Hi guys, Rika Storm here. Thank you so much for watching this video about domestic violence and the problem with domestic violence that all faces. Now, I have to warn you, this video will tell you a true story and it might be hard for some to melt. So if you just think of women as innocent victims, you can leave now. In other cases, please stay. And if you do, please subscribe, like, and smash that notification bell so that I can notify you whenever I upload new videos here on YouTube, which I normally do on weekends. So, as I told you before, let me just be super clear here, guys. Domestic violence is an issue, it is a problem, and I'm not trying to say or claim that all men are angels, but I won't say the same about women either, because some men as well as some women are faithful saints, they truly are, but some are also violent, disrespectful, condescending idiots against their husband, wife, boyfriend or girlfriend. And I just advise you that if you are in an abusive relationship, please leave, no matter how much the perpetrator tells you that he or she is sorry about it and that it will never be repeated again, because it will be. That is the only thing you can count on. Now, I want to share a true story, and it's not cute, but very true. You see, when I grew up, one of my aunt's neighbors were physically abused in their apartment. And the perpetrator was the woman in that relationship. And in this case, she also suffered from a mental illness, which isn't an excuse, of course. And I can tell you that it was horrible to hear when they were having a fight, because you already knew what was going on, even if they were the neighbors below my aunt's apartment. We could still hear them fight. But let me tell you that when she finally died, because she died first, he became happier. Now let me also address something here, because this is some problem that I think that people who are politically correct will disagree with me on highly. But I think we need to address it, that both men and women can be victims as well as perpetrators when it comes to domestic violence. Your gender doesn't matter, your sexual orientation doesn't matter, your religion doesn't matter, your culture doesn't matter. None of that matters. A jerk is always a jerk. Period. I think that the real problem here is that women who are abusive to men, no matter if they suffer from an illness or not, can always have leverage over the man, since they can threaten the man to go to the police and report him for abusing her, even if it's the other way around, because the police are more inclined to believe the woman rather than the man. And it's, of course, because a man has more muscles and are bigger than women. And it's something that is true, but it can also be that the woman beats the crap out of him, as in the story I told you about. She might even hurt herself to go through with it and report him. And that is a very intimidating thing for a man, of course. And that is something that we need to address at all political levels, no matter which country we live in. Because no human being has the right to violate another human being's privacy. And that's exactly what they do when they are abusive and condescending morons. And as a straight man myself, I am fully aware of it. And I also acknowledge that this is a problem, but I really think that we need to talk with the politicians and those in power who can change the legislation and who can change the way laws view things so they make it gender neutral and that they also offer people who are in positions of power within each country so that they can verify and so that they can see through those veils of secrecy. And as a man myself, it's not just intimidating that this can happen. And as I told you, I'm not saying all men are angels or innocent. Some are abusive, condescending morons. They are. I do acknowledge that. But I also want you to understand that the real problem here isn't just mental illness, because that's another problem. But here's the real problem, and it is that people are more inclined to believe a woman who claims that her boyfriend or husband is abusive to than a man who claims the other way around. And it's also something that is deeply rooted, that other men, don't see him as a real man. And it's really hurtful for a masculine identity. If you suffer from this problem, please leave for your own sake and for her sake as well. And if there are children, then you'd better leave, because their privacy is also violated whenever the abusive person is violent against you, and maybe also the children. That is something that I truly believe that we need to address. And all I'm going to say here is that if you want more dating tips and relationship advice, you can click the link in the description below, subscribe to my YouTube list, and I will send you a couple of videos that I know you will love. Okay guys, this is Ricard signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.